The Decay of Adin Ross, the saddest Andrew Tate simp. Now, I never really watched Adin Ross's stuff. I seen clips, same way I am with Speed. I just really just seen clips and watched that. I thought Adin Ross was a cool guy. I thought he was a chill dude. And then, you know, the whole Andrew Tate thing happened to him. He kind of became a little too much of an Andrew Tate. I won't say supporter. He became Andrew Tate like a little too much, kind of like Sneeko. Well, surely they'll get into it. That title seemed very, very adamant on getting into that topic. This is about
see what's going on. I'm getting canceled lately. You're gonna pull the blanket off her, pour it on her, and you're gonna grab the bag, go smack, smack, smack. Just the internet is such a negative place, such a negative space. I'm gonna go pee in the face, okay? This thing, it's just horrible. I will literally have people do dares for thousands of dollars and of them torturing, you know, and hurting themselves. And
wait, what did I say? Gross abuse of power. Adin Ross throws sadistic challenges on viewers for money, leaving his community perplexed.
Dares for thousands of dollars and of them torturing, you know.
I'm trying to see what that third one said.
Horrible. I will literally have people do dares for thousands of dollars and
piss on his face. Adin Ross tries to convince a fan to pee on his brother. Ew.
Of them torturing.
What is that S word? I'm sorry, I
will literally have people do dares for thousands of dollars and of them.
Adin Ross under fire for asking fan to sit. What now? What word could this be? Shit? Shit, brothers? No. That's gonna bother me till I know.
You know, and hurting themselves, and it just feels so good, like you get high from it.
Okay.
I just can't keep going anymore, bro. Like, I'm sick and tired of everything going on, man. Like, it keeps me alive every day. I have to wake up and see something negative on that net, and it just pisses me off.
I'm sure you've noticed the internet's been kind of weird lately.
Here's why you gotta break up with your girlfriend if you're not making 6 figures a year.
This new breed of females are literally equivalent to blood-sucking vampires.
You never apologize to a woman. I don't give a f if she caught you cheating in the bed, in her f***ing bed with another chick. Bitch, it's your fault.
I can't scroll my timeline longer than 10 seconds without seeing some finance bro drooling into a mic about how women are evil for not wanting to spend their lives cooking and birthing children. Okay, well, they don't cook the children, but annoying and insecure dudes complaining about the individual choices adults make in their own personal lives is, of course, hardly a new concept. The ultra-online, red-pilled, alpha-male-based Pepe Giga-Chad weirdo manosphere has always existed to some extent, but has only seen more of a renaissance over the past year or so, when their lord and savior first made the news in April 2022 for a, hang on, let me check here. Oh yeah, a sex trafficking investigation. His provocative comments surrounding women and masculinity catapulted Andrew Tate into the cultural zeitgeist, becoming inarguably one of the most famous people in the world by that summer. Suddenly, everyone with internet access went from having no idea this guy existed to seeing his chin-deprived face every waking day. While many of his beliefs remain heavily contested and flat-out wrong to this day, one universal truth that cannot be heavily contested and flat-out wrong.
I got an F and come back to her. I don't care about her and I only love my girl. That's not cheating, that's exercise. Depression isn't real. You feel sad, you move on. You will always be depressed if your life is depressing, change it. They pretend they caught some disease and absolve all responsibility. It's not my fault. I'm sad. Yes, it is. Because people will do anything to absolve responsibility. It's not my fault. I'm poor, sad, fat, stupid. Yes, it is. Oof. Only 2
on
minutes
to
in,
this
huh?
day, one universal truth that cannot be argued is that these two men started a revolution amongst angsty young boys with a severe lack of direction in their lives. Teens who are in desperate need of self-validation and a good reason to be angry with the less than desirable situations they found themselves in have looked for solace within this guy. Everyone searches for meaning, and Andrew Tate has generously shared his real-world experiences in an effort to elevate the human spirit. For the right price, of course. And if by elevating the human effort to elevate the human spirit. For the right
$5,454. Who has this? Who? No. Whoever put that 5-star review, I need to know what you're doing in life, because you have that much money where you can spend this on what can soon to be some kind of book. You have just 5,000 laying around for this.
price, of course. And if by elevating the human spirit you mean violent misogyny, regardless, he's offered a weird, twisted sense of hope for vulnerable audiences to latch onto, and an ideology for irresponsible creators to mindlessly regurgitate. When Sneeko isn't getting ratioed into oblivion by anyone with a Twitter account, or getting cuckolded by the woman he loves, he can be found on a Twitch knockoff site, parroting Andrew Tate talking points, or just flat out dancing to edits of Hitler. No idea what happened there, but it's hard to deny Tate has left a lasting impact on the very youth he financially capitalizes on, creating a whole army of bots who will linger onto every word that spills out of his mouth, change their physical appearances to match his, and even go so far as to sniff the very musk off his chair. Literally.
And it took me a while to understand that, and you know it did.
No. Fuck. No, he didn't. I'm being trolled. No. This man's wearing the smallest pairs of shorts ever, bro. That's damn near face to butt contact. What is Aiden doing, bro?
And I just want to say,
today I'd like to focus on one of Andrew Tate's most loyal soldiers, a man who has found deep meaning in his teachings and vowed to leave his own impact on the next generation in a similar way, when he can actually pronounce words correctly.
Far right authorization on ultranalytic. Oh my God, ultra
okay, bro, I'd be like that
Benito
too,
Mazzulli. What is an example of a fastest?
Join me on my descent down the rabbit hole of a streaming icon who's recently found himself just as radicalized by the top G as any other impressionable kid out there, while we explore what really happened to Adin Ross.
I just woke up to some crazy catastrophic news about Andrew Tate. Interesting, they just got raided.
Were you trying to say catastrophic?
In Romania. I don't know what to
I ain't that bad.
I don't know what's going on. I talked to Tristan and Andrew chat. They're home, bro. They're home, and it just feels amazing. They call me Little G. Little G. You need to be alive in my life because you came for a reason, and you're here to inspire me for at least tens of years. I'm gonna have to change your diapers.
But before we get too deep here, I do want to give a huge thanks to our sponsor, Aura. If you've ever Googled yourself and were shocked to find your personal information exposed for the whole world to see,
put little things.
But chat, I want to start to get more girls on my stream, probably next month type shit. I'll definitely be out there around the time we dropping that song. Okay, cool. I'm talking about. So, what happened?
The Big Bang?
No, I know the Big Bang Theory.
What is it?
It's where, I really don't know. Do you believe in soul callism? So the average salary is what, like $100,000? What?
Adin David Ross was born on October 11th, 2000 in Boca Raton, Florida. Raised in a Jewish household by two parents alongside his older sister, Naomi. Moving several times from Florida to New York to California, back to New York, then back to California again, thanks in part to his parents divorcing, remarrying other people, then finally remarrying each other again. Right from the start, nothing about Adin's life was predictable or stagnant. Opening up on a podcast about an instance where he was stabbed in his sleep by a mentally unwell relative at the age of 12.
When I was like 12 years old, I got stabbed by a knife, so in my sleep by a family relative who was like mentally like unstable.
I just gasped like 3 times in a row.
Having to be rushed to the hospital in the dead of night to get 9 stitches made him numb to traumatic events as he grew older, according to him.
When that happened to me, I went through it for like a week,
I don't know what it was. I became numb and kind of like emotionless to traumatic shit. It's crazy. I could just put it like behind me. Like, you know, picture like you're jumping over like a hurdle. It's like a hurdle. I'll just jump over that motherfucker. Like, I'm not really letting that shit get to me.
Throughout the chaos, Aiden took an affinity to gaming as a kid. Anyone around Aiden's age, including myself, can attest to the fact that titles like Halo, Call of Duty, and GTA really helped shape a lot of childhoods at the time.
It was like 2008. Black Ops 2, NBA 2K series, GTA 5, you know, that's my type of games.
But Aiden wouldn't take his hobby of gaming public until his senior year of high school, when he first created a Twitch account. Tired of waiting tables, Aiden showed serious determination to make streaming his full-time job, with some of his earliest streams being over 10 hours long. Moving to LA with his sister over the summer of 2019, Aiden streamed consistently enough that he quickly garnered a small but intimate community and started raking in pretty decent money. His ambition at the time was actually pretty inspiring. After all, it's always good to stay driven and set goals for yourself, but I don't even think Aiden was prepared for just how quickly those goals would be met.
Pick me up and fuck me.
Give me that! Let's go, Bronny! That's what the f I'm talking about! Bronny! Here we go, here's game one, bro. Bro, I wanna break something so bad, bro. It's not fair. 4 seconds! Stay! This game is f***ing ass, bro.
NBA 2K was Aiden's first gateway into mainstream recognition. Not just because it was one of the primary games he streamed, but because the people he met playing it proved to be pretty instrumental in Aiden's early career. For example, maybe you've heard of this guy, LeBron James. Yeah, well, Aiden became pretty good friends with his son, Bronny, by playing 2K. Actually getting the chance to meet LeBron himself on stream at the beginning of 2020 in a particularly viral moment.
What's good, bro?
It's LeBron?
He said, is this LeBron?
Yo, gigantic fan. I love you.
Nah, that's all respect, man. I appreciate it, man.
And look.
Showing love and respect to me and my son. Nice meeting you, man.
Hey, nice meeting you.
Keep it going, all right?
Yeah, all right, bro.
Because LeBron is LeBron,
awesome,
this interaction gave Aiden his first taste of media buzz. Putting his name in front of more people ended up doubling his audience as he began streaming in front of thousands of more eyes. Of course, it was nothing compared to the behemoth his audience would become shortly after, but blowing up to that extent would call for a fresh form of content, something that could captivate a more generic audience outside of his insular community of gamers.
Take you to the Coliseum, you go watch me fight some lions or something, you know what I'm saying? Something slight.
What the f?
Dating shows have been a longtime staple in American media and will most likely...
At this point, man, I feel like everything we watch on stream is gonna have something to do with a furry, without fail. I truly do feel like that. I feel like we haven't gone a single video without something furry related popping up on the screen. I don't want it to, I don't expect it to, but it does.
Continue to garner mass attention by taking on different forms. Aiden must have understood what bringing women on stream could have done for his brand, so he began hosting live e-dates through Discord, where crusty boys could compete for a date with whichever woman was unlucky enough to be featured that day. This naturally resulted in some incredible non-stream moments that I can only describe by showing you.
Dude, let me see that you have game, bro. Come on, let me see you got game.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Bro is setting us back by 100 years, bro.
What is this?
Yeah, this show is where Riz goes to die. But it made him an even more talked about figure among the LA crowd. Being invited to do a hot tub stream with Corinna Kampf that got him to trend on Twitter around the time he was seen partying with the likes of FaZe Clan and somehow even Cactus Jack. After an incredibly successful streak in 2020, Aiden was riding high on the prospect of what the future could hold for the new upcoming year.
Bro, come on, you tap my ass, bro.
It's part of the handshake. I'll do it slower if you want.
Turning his back on 2K, Aiden kicked off what would become his rapper era by first...
Wasn't Aiden the one that was like, he rapped a song about someone's dead friends or family members? And then he was like, oh no, my friends made me do it. And then he did it again.
Playing GTA with Detroit artist T Grizzly before moving on to even bigger names like Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert.
Jesus! What the fuck?
and Soulja Boy. It's wild to think that Twitch, and really any social media in general, has the capability to connect such well-established celebrities to someone who was just waiting tables in their hometown not even 2 years prior. It must have been a surreal experience for Aiden, but that didn't mean he wasn't gonna do his best to make an impression.
I'm rapping in the streets.
Yo.
Whoa, whoa.
In the streets.
Whoa.
Better beat
whoa.
is me.
No.
Silky, fuck me. Fuck me, Silky, fuck me. So they want to know, how big is your dick?
Whoa.
Yeah, Aiden was a big fan of acting sus around people he just met. Aiden had cultivated an audience of teens, predominantly boys, who were drawn to that specific kind of humor. Aiden himself has always embraced the persona of an obnoxious, aloof kid who just speaks his mind and deals with whatever consequences may follow. Probably because he doesn't think before speaking, he attracts an audience of preteens because that's basically what he is as far as maturity goes. He speaks their language, which is okay when he's playing video games and freestyling with Ski Mask the Slump God, but not as okay when he's platforming people who think the white race is superior.
Okay, what's up?
So Nick, tomorrow is a thing called Day of Hate. It is basically a planned holiday to hate on Jews.
That's funny that you call me.
But we aren't there yet, are we? Aiden's journey thus far has yet to—
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't know any of this was happening. I didn't know any of this was going on. What? Why? Isn't he on Kick now? Isn't he already off Twitch? When was this video made? A day? Oh wow. Okay, well, you know. I guess we're fresh to the news. Damn, I hate this mouse. There you go.
meets such an unfortunate fate because at this point, he was still acting like a moron and beefing with rappers. Aiden once unknowingly sung along to the lyrics of a song that dissed rapper Julio Fulio's deceased brother live on stream.
Yeah.
Yo, there's a rapper who you follow, his name is Julio Fulio, you know who he is?
Yeah, I know who he is. What's up with him?
I played this song that dissed his brother Bibby, who passed away, and the chat was kind of like telling me to play that, so I played it. I not knowing like what was going on.
Those are serious people right there.
They're serious people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
you say you good, if you say you good though.
Yeah, he's typing to me. Maybe if you could just put an extra word and just let him know, like, I'm not really about that at all.
After apologizing to Julio in a public Instagram live, things were seemingly all good until Aiden was caught singing the song again days later.
Cut this out. Who I smoke. Say it.
No! Hell no, your ass tripping.
Look, Aiden, I'm not recording, I'm fucking live.
Luckily though, Julio was more than understanding towards Aiden and eventually streamed alongside him in person to prove there was no longer any bad blood. Aiden then himself got dissed by NBA Youngboy after being sent an apparent screenshot of Youngboy liking his girlfriend's Instagram post on a burner account. Aiden then took to Instagram Live to flirt with Youngboy's ex in a public setting. Then there was the time Polo G heard him freestyle.
Aiden's gonna be sus the whole time towards Polo G.
I'm in the stew with the deuce. We popping up. We tootin' do. Yeah, I just got done sucking on a gun. I mean, wait, I'm on a gun. I just beat his meat.
Yeah, what the yo.
Even though they were said to have put the issue to bed in July 2021, a year later, Polo released a music video pretending to beat a Twitch streamer to a bloody pulp. Aiden then brought Polo back on stream where he looked absolutely terrified as he apologized again.
I'm out of pocket, man. I don't know what the was happening to me last year, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was just really out of pocket. I'm hereby sorry for ever, disrespecting you, doing shit that would, like, be
Who
weird,
sits like that in a chair, bro? Like Aiden, he's sitting like full man spread. It's like it's not even comfortable.
Man,
I'll proceed to decide that for the rest of the stream.
You know, and I fuck you, bro. You're gang. You know what I mean? We're gang.
And while I wish I could say this was the end of his series of controversies that year, in reality, things were only heating up.
I don't know, bro. Like, I just see, like, you just don't like me. I don't know.
Right. Okay. We can talk about that.
Summer 2021 is when I first discovered Adin Ross. Not willingly, of course. But by that June, Adin's name was suddenly being mentioned in the same breath as some pretty irresponsible crypto partnerships by the Grim Reaper himself, CoffeeZilla, who published an investigation into a now infamous pump and dump scheme and my personal favorite crypto scam of all time, MILF token. If you don't know by now, it came to light that Adin was paid 6 figures to shill a crypto project that, from the beginning, never had any legitimacy whatsoever. I mean, it's called a MILF token, for God's sake. You think we can just one day go to the store and pay for a bottle of orange juice with MILFs? Keep dreaming. Getting naive customers to invest in a shady coin on the off chance it goes to the moon and makes them rich, only to rob them blind, is not a new practice. But it does become much easier with the help of useful idiots like Adin Ross, who see it as nothing more than a quick and easy payday. I mean, this is literally how the promotion went.
What does it mean, insufficient funds? It says insufficient,
Liquidity.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. Click reject. Tell your chat you're sorry. This is your first time.
This is my first time buying MILF. Yeah.
Down the right.
Wait, what do I do now?
Right there. Below. No. Down below. Below reject. Reject 2 transactions. No. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get a MILF blow up doll. This is your dick.
Yeah, you just watched a 20-year-old make $200,000. How does it feel?
Chat, by the way, that MILF token shit I did a while back, I already told you guys, don't buy that shit. I got paid a bag to do that shit. Like, I don't give a f***. I hope none of you guys actually bought it.
Saw that after that shit, it went down. So listen, it was not a scam of pumping up nothing.
That's the reason it wasn't a scam, guys. Because the price went down, it wasn't a pump and dump. This is where...
I don't know a lot about cryptocurrency, I'm gonna be honest. I know like Logan Paul had like a bunch of cryptocurrency like things going on. But I don't know what's going on with that. But this shit looks sketchy as fuck. I personally don't like do nothing with crypto or like any of that like Bitcoin shit. But that's... And I robbed you, gang. I robbed you.
Where the key lie is, guys, the day of Adin Ross's promo, the bad promo, bro. Hey, it was a bad promo. They got $19 million in 24-hour volume.
After shrugging this behavior off, skirting responsibility, and doing everything he could to downplay the promotion, Coffee was quick to call him out for being dishonest about the price of the token going down. While this was true, it didn't change the fact that Adin's promotion of MILF token in front of 100,000 kids caused the trading volume of the coin to skyrocket to $19 million, which meant holders of MILF were dumping right as Adin's fans were pumping. You see how that could almost be a crime? Adin had also become pretty involved in the gambling scene on Twitch, being paid by offshore crypto casinos to broadcast his epic wins with kids all across the globe. Tacking a promo code on screen, which no matter how you want to cut it, could very much encourage people to get into gambling themselves without fully realizing the consequences it could bring. I imagine to some fans, seeing the bright colors and loud noises ring out as their favorite influencer experience the euphoria of winning hundreds of thousands of dollars live could be...
It's crazy that kids are gambling now. When I was a kid, bro, like, you know those YouTube ads and be like, oh, get these free Clash Royale gems. I was doing that. I had many viruses on my old phones. Too many. I remember one time I had an Android. It was an LG. I think it was an LG G5. I remember I had so many viruses, I started getting ads on the home screen, bro. Like, imagine you swipe once on your home screen, you get an ad. And it wasn't like those ads I got, like, wait for 5 seconds and it's gone. I had to wait through the entire ad, hit the X, then it'll pop up again. I had to hit the little tiny X, and if I missed, like, a millisecond, straight to the App Store. Straight to Google Play. Like, it was bad.
Be pretty alluring. Massive names like Trainwrecks TV, XQC, and Adin Ross were all making bank from companies like Duelbits, Rubit, and Stake, paying them to neglect whatever concerns critics may have had and showcase their massive wins and losses regardless. In June, Adin happened to accidentally leak some terms of the contract with one brand, revealing a potential $2 million payment being discussed. Just to give you an idea of how integral these partnerships were to anyone morally bankrupt enough to accept them.
Having the audience watching you gamble, nothing good is going to come out of that for any of them. There's a reason why you have to be 21 years old to gamble. It's a vice. It's when you're too young, you can't handle that stimulation. You can't handle that addiction. It's very, very, very dangerous.
I didn't think of that perspective. You know, like people that watch me, you know, if they see me win something crazy, I put in $100, you got 1,000. Why can't I do that? I know what you're saying. Like that's another side I didn't really
think about.
Aiden demonstrates, to me at least, on this stream, that he can at least wrap his mind around the fact that gambling is a bad thing to shove in the faces of kids, but rejected the moral authority to stop doing it because, well, in his words, it's fun.
How does doing gambling online determine if you have a soul or not?
Well, because you have no problem peddling gambling to children, and that's a more soulless act than not smiling. Wouldn't you agree?
It's fun.
Okay, fun for you, not for them.
It's a good. It's fun in general. Listen,
it's fun if you make $2 million a month. It's a lot of fun.
I'm not telling kids to blow their
Damn, you got my kind of Wi-Fi.
savings on it.
The way Adin Ross values his own personal entertainment over the responsibility he bears as one of the largest streamers on the internet is pretty much what's gotten him to this weird, sadistic place we've seen him in lately.
He asked a viewer to put dog feces on his sleeping girlfriend.
How much are we paying?
I have to swallow it. I gotta see that and I can give you an amount. Are you a girlfriend?
Of course, yeah.
Your girlfriend, and that's good.
But what were the actual events that led up to this? Well, you have to know that by late 2021, Aiden wasn't in the best place mentally. In October, he took to his main YouTube channel to express how generally lost he felt in the grand scheme of Twitch. Seeing a drop in views really didn't help the lack of motivation he had already been feeling.
I'm lost. I just have no motivation, no idea what to stream. I just need advice and I just need help. It's not really the numbers anymore.
Why does his eyes look like that?
People make me feel bad about dropping numbers. I think that's a very big problem I have.
What made it especially sting was that his own audience was guilting him for the change in numbers. Coupled with the fact that he was feeling stagnant and despondent living in LA, growing tired of the same stale collaborations, Aiden began contemplating quitting streaming for good. He had become so successful that his new fear was becoming complacent. He didn't get as excited to stream like he once did. It now felt forced, like a job he had to clock in and out of. Having no clue where to take himself or his content from here, Aiden Ross was in desperate need of a lifeline. Something or someone who could turn him and his streams around in a positive way and leave a meaningful impact on his life. He needed a reason to keep going. Too bad he found it in the worst person imaginable.
How did you know about me?
Bro, you just exist in the metaverse, don't you? Your name just floats around, doesn't it? It's just how it kind of works.
Aiden opened the floodgates by introducing Twitch to a man named Andrew Tate in July 2022. While Andrew had been making the rounds online leading up to this stream, I didn't notice such a huge jump in his popularity until he began getting propped up by some of the biggest Twitch streamers on the internet. XQC, who at the time was #1 on Twitch, debated Andrew in a call with Kai Cenat, who is currently #1 on Twitch, all on Aiden's channel in a series of streams that broke records for Aiden's viewership. The chat was moving so fast at times, it was impossible to read anything, creating a golden opportunity for Tate to shill his shameless pyramid scheme in front of Aiden's malleable fan base. While some guests were effective.
I said this, I got into this conversation with I think Day, and I think Griff was there too, but I truly believe, I 100% believe that, and I might just be saying this in bad faith a little bit, but I think Andrew Tate, from the jump, was just using Aiden. Like, just from rip. Like, come on. He was like one of the biggest Twitch streamers. Of course it was. But, yeah. I think that he was using him from the jump. Because it's like, he was one of the biggest people at the time. He had a lot of, like, younger viewers. He was one of the biggest. And honestly, I feel like he would have tried it with Kai Cenat, but I don't think Kai would have fell for it. Aiden definitely plays dumb in a lot of ways, but he's not stupid. Like, he's not at least that dumb that he's making himself out to be. But I don't think that he's still more intelligent than Kai Cenat. I feel like Kai Cenat would have saw through what he was doing and not went for it. I think XQC could have also been that way. I don't know too much about him. He seems like he's a smart guy. If he's doing like debate shit, I'm assuming that he's somewhat smart. But yeah, I feel like he was like an easy picking, you know? He was like, gotcha. You know, and now he had all of Aiden's viewers just like, that's the noise of his tentacles when he kidnaps people.
Adding some of Andrew's more contemptible takes, Aiden and Tate seem to have pretty palpable chemistry right from their very first interaction. Some of the stuff they discussed at the beginning was actually so ridiculous it's hard not to laugh at the insanity of it all.
If you were my son, I would walk into your bedroom and beat the living out of you.
What?
You should only drink water to begin with. Sparkling, as everyone knows.
I don't like sparkling water. It's disgusting.
You're scared of bubbles?
No, it doesn't even hydrate you. I don't have a jet. Does that mean I'm broke?
Sounds like it, bro. What are you waiting in lines at the airport? Brokey. I'm trying to hide from the police. I don't like making accounts online and stuff. John Law and the government.
Wait, hide from the police.
Ooh. Nah, that's crazy. That's a crazy foreshadowing. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
Just in general.
But not even 10 minutes into their first conversation, Andrew is already giving Aiden some valuable advice on how he needs to improve his lifestyle.
How old are you?
21.
That peanut had the
Bro,
shut up.
21, you should be
Would you really tell Andrew Tate to shut up? I mean, let's be real. He's big, buff, and rich. And bald. Can't forget that part. You know, Wack, I believe you would do it. I believe you. You know, you can still do it, Wack. Go ahead. Go on Twitter at Andrew Tate and say, shut up. No context. No, you can't reply to any of his comments. Just shut up. And then I'll know that you're really about it, Wack. If I check Twitter and see Wack tells Andrew Tate to shut up, I'm gonna lose it.
Strong as an ox. At 21, I could split the Earth's core. You're out of shape for a 21-year-old.
I am?
You're out of shape, young man. You're 21 years old. You have all the time in the world. I bet you're making a bunch of money on the internet.
Why is Aiden like flustered? Like, why is he like, you know what I mean? Why is he looking at me? Whoa.
You're loaded as well. You're rich from this shit. Yeah, so you ain't even gonna go to fucking work. And you ain't doing any push-ups? Jesus. How do I fix you when you're so fundamentally broken?
I am?
And that right there pretty much encapsulates the criminal levels of dick riding you're about to see. There was just something about Andrew Tate that Aiden found instantly captivating. It's like he was practically tripping over himself in his attempts to make a good first impression, going out of his way to order sparkling water to his house just so Andrew would stay longer. Maybe this is Aiden recognizing what could become.
Yeah, that's weird, bro. This might have been a combination of like him not knowing what to stream and Andrew Tate starting to become more and more popular. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a easy content type of thing. So maybe that was a part of the reason why Aiden wanted him around so much in the beginning.
One of his biggest streams, or maybe he's genuinely interested in what a friendship with Andrew Tate could do for his general well-being, or it's likely a combination of the two.
Andrew! I love you. I mean, like, I love you. I mean, I love you, man. Like, you don't. I know you have a good heart.
I love him, bro. I love him with all my heart.
I missed you. You got bigger and you got stronger.
And also a massive.
I could just tell you have a good heart. You have good intentions.
How could you not smile, XQ? He's great. Andrew, please don't go.
That was terrible.
Among the tamer discussions of self-improvement,
that was hard. That was rough to watch, bro. Like, he's actually tripping over his meat right now. Like, it's insane.
Importance of having discipline, Andrew brings it home
Check
with one of his
Discord
classic
videos.
bouts of random misogyny.
Check right now. Let's see if Wack did it. Did Wack add Andrew Tate? He did it. Hey. I was wrong. He did it. He was about the business. All right.
No, but what would that make you if you sit around and only do what you feel like doing? What would that make you?
I don't know what.
Think about it.
A little fruity for Tatey.
Okay, let me think about it for a second. If you would only sit around and a pussy.
Close. They have a pussy.
Oh, I
but
know
the point is, emotionally led
Jesus
creatures
Christ.
females are generally emotionally led. When they're happy, they're happy. When they're sad, they're sad.
Aiden clearly knows just how insane it is for this guy to be calling women emotional.
Maybe Andrew Tate might be just a tad bit bipolar. Maybe that's where he's coming from. Maybe he's like, people aren't supposed to be the emotions that they're feeling. Like, no, not a king. No. Do not. No. Neither people on the screen right now are a king. Except for me on your screen. I could be on your screen even longer at Saimir Shogun and Shogun's Requiem and Sideshow TV. And you also join Discord.
Creatures who just sit around all day and let the men do all the heavy lifting. But either for the sake of content or because he's just genuinely slow, Aiden chooses to let that statement go, and in fact, takes it a step further by stating he doesn't think Andrew Tate is a misogynist.
A lot of people think that you are a misogynistic person. Now hold on, let me finish.
I want to hear it. Tell me why I'm misogynist.
No, I don't think you are. I don't
It
think
has
you
to happen
are,
eventually.
Mr. Tate. I do not think you are. I do not think you are.
So when I say like girls can't drive, everyone calls me a misogynist.
I think Aiden was both.
Well, it's like you can see him actively get his mind reworked by his tentacles. That, you know, Andrew Tate's bald because he has to use all the hair strands for his tentacles. It's lore. It's canon. Trust me, MatPat told me. The dick eating is wild. Like, the dick eating's on a whole new level. It's a mukbang. This is really a 49-minute mukbang.
Attracted to the status of Andrew Tate, having 27 cars and all the women and money he could ever ask for, as well as the added bonus of him being an arrogant edgelord, just like Aiden. And as we covered earlier, Aiden was already feeling lost and directionless just a few months prior to him meeting Tate. The seemingly endless slew of advice Andrew was feeding to anyone who would listen felt like just the answer to the problem Aiden was faced with. Thanks to Tate, his numbers were back up, his morale was in a more positive place, and he finally had someone in his life who claimed to want to better him, encouraging him to adopt a healthier lifestyle and being there when Aiden broke up with his girlfriend.
You are lost. You're a lost soul.
100%, yes.
But in reality, it was probably more codependent and transactional than Aiden would care to admit.
It's called the War Room. You can find out more on CobraTake.com. Listen, you need to get inside the War Room. CobraTake.com. So that's another reason the War Room exists. I'll tell you how you get rich. You go to CobraTake.com and you join Hustlers University. CobraTake.com, Hustlers University.
That was like 5,000, right? What the fuck is this comment? What possibly could have been the context of this conversation to make this right? But, like, damn, I doubt that 75% of Aiden's community has 5,000 just saying they're ready to spend. You know what? In protest of Andrew Tate, I shall eat my strawberry Pop-Tart. I doubt Andrew Tate would ever eat such fatty foods that mess with gains and what have you. Because unlike this person and this person and this person, I prefer Pop-Tarts.
My organization, the War Room. Go to CobraTake.com. You join Hustlers University. Join the War Room.
Just don't promote Hustlers University, please. I'll be back.
All right, guys, so Hustlers University.
But by the end of that year, you can bet that Aiden was sticking by his original promise to meet Tate in person out in Romania. The two streamed together, bonded over cigars, and Aiden finally got a whiff of what Andrew's bare taint smells like. I know I already covered that part, but I just have not gotten over the fact that he genuinely did that. Aiden made his return to America shortly after, where he shaved his head completely bald in honor of his favorite role model and vowed to make some serious changes in his life for the sake of bettering his overall mental state. But then the unthinkable happened. And by that I mean it was entirely thinkable. The Tate brothers getting arrested is the most...
You know what? A hot take. Real hot take. Not a joke hot take. But while I think the Tate brothers, and by extension Aiden, have done a big disservice to a lot of the young men in the world, you could also make the argument that they... How do I put this? They given them some kind of motivation to better themselves. Not always in the best way, but I'm sure that at least a few of them seen it and they're like, yeah, I don't know about the whole women can't drive thing. That's beyond me, but yeah, I'm gonna start going to the gym. You know, stuff like that. I'm not saying that they're a good person or that I stand by what they do, but I think that their play on the internet brought a tiny bit of good. Just a smallish smidget. Even if it was unintentional in terms of like what people took from what he said. You know, there's always a little bit of a miracle in every dark moment. Hashtag canceled. Well, fuck. Guess I gotta delete Twitter.
predictable thing in the world, really.
He just got raided and arrested in
I was so
Romania.
mad about that.
Listen, it's over some sexual trafficking. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's going on.
Aiden went into panic mode when he heard the news, and after publishing an emergency press release to his main YouTube channel, it wouldn't be long before Andrew announced that Aiden Ross was one of the very few people allowed to visit him in Romanian prison.
Oh man, I woke up to that and I had just the biggest smile on my face. I'm like, oh my god, this is real. This is crazy. And the answer to everyone's question, if I'm gonna basically go see Andrew in jail because he did put me on his visitation list, the answer is this. Andrew Tate, I'm on my way. I will see you in Romania, G.
It was obvious that being charged.
I guarantee you, I can promise that when he recorded that shit, he thought it was the hardest thing ever. He was like, Andrew, Big Daddy Tate, I'm on my way. Put the phone down, was like, oh, I'm gonna get all the O's for this one. That was rough. Does he even have a phone in prison? I guess he has to if you put it on Twitter, huh? Jail's weird.
Charged with rape, human trafficking, and organized crime wasn't about to put Andrew Tate at odds with his most loyal student. Aiden kicked the meat munching up to 100 by refusing to accept even the slightest possibility that, hey, maybe this guy does suck after all. After being confronted with genuine evidence of Tate bragging about trafficking women across the world to work for his webcam empire for reduced payment, Aiden's response essentially boiled down to, nuh-uh.
He got women to fall in love with him. Then he flew them out to Romania.
Okay.
And then he had them work like 15-hour shifts, and then he stole money from them while he had them work.
They got a percentage though, and he put them on. So that's like,
yeah, but he lied about the percentage he gave them.
He put them on.
Like he's on video talking about how he would scam them with their taxes to steal money from them. Like
Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax.
Dick consuming, honestly.
You tell your girl
Dick digesting,
that you're paying the tax. Because girls are lazy, and girls are stupid, and girls don't understand how taxes work. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we've made this much money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure we don't get in trouble. It allows you to pay her a smaller percent. So I used to pay my girls 30%. So for every $10,000 they made, I'd give them 3, and I'd keep 7. They thought they were on 50%, and I said that the disparity is because of taxes. If they say, why is it 50-50? I'm the one who knows what he's doing. I'm the one with the knowledge. I'm the da-da-da-da-da-da. Shut the f*** up. Go online. Print out some tax forms. I used to do this all the time. I used to print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here, sign this. What is it? It's for the tax. You want to pay the tax or not? Throw them away afterwards. But they think something's happening. Something real's happening. Nothing's happening besides me getting rich, bitch.
I mean, he's a businessman.
In fact, he was practically blaming the women for being ungrateful of the money and fame they were given by being effectively forced to work for the Tate brothers against their will.
She still gets 30%. Still very, very... And she was making, what, $0 to, what, making thousands a month?
The real issue here is that I think Aiden... I feel like Aiden just really cannot unhinge Andrew Tate's penis out of his throat. Like, I feel like we might have to call another ambulance to get it out, and it might cause damage to his throat. So hopefully he gets better soon.
How could you complain?
Yeah, I mean, but it's not like these women needed to be tied up and held at gunpoint for Tate's business model to resemble forced labor.
She's not tied with ropes and chains. Hey, like, hey.
Wait, do you think that grown women can't get pimped out? Do you think that grown women can't be victims of trafficking?
Brother, everyone has their own mind, and at the end of the day, everyone has their own mind, everyone has their own beliefs, and it's not like he was literally grabbing her, tying her up with a gun to her head. The girl obviously flew out there, knowing what was going on. Like, there's no secret.
So remember, like, probably about like 10 minutes now when I said he's not as dumb as he makes out to be. I could be wrong, right? I feel like I can accept when I'm wrong. You know, these are one of those good moments. That's just such a silly idea.
Secret to it.
Yeah, but Chavez didn't know what was going on. If there was no secret, then he would have just said, hey, do you want to come to Romania, work with my trafficking business? But he didn't do that. He said, hey, come to Romania, let's get married, I love you. And then he got them to work after lying to them about that for sex work. That's sex trafficking.
Aiden's walnut-sized brain just isn't capable of comprehending that even now.
I don't know why you said side then. That was not me. But it's just, you know, It's, you know, really, he has just fan mentality. Like, as much as we're gonna say, like, yeah, he's a dick rider, dick muncher, you know, dick devourer for real. He's just a fan. You know, that's what it really boils down to. He's a famous person that still has fan mentality for someone that is, for all base and purpose, he is Andrew Tate's superior. At least he was in the beginning, and now he's like, yeah, he is a yandere for Tate. I wholeheartedly agree. He is willing to jump into conversations that he has no real information about, or, you know, just not looking at anything objectively without emotion, and he's just blatantly going into it based off of that. He just told me so. Andrew Tate would tell him the sky is purple, and he'd be like, okay, chat, the sky is purple.
That the Tates had been released from prison and placed on house arrest, that they could possibly still be bad, dangerous people. Remember, the whole reason he moved to Romania was for the relaxed legal system. One of the things that makes Andrew Tate so slimy is that he mixes non-controversial and sometimes even decent surface-level takes about procrastinating or
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. He's able to do that, and that's really what I see. Like, before all this happened, like before he went to jail and all that, all I really seen was those clips. Like, he had one about, like, oh, you know, your brother should be really the only person that you trust, or, like, you know, that's like the closest person in your life, like stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. I didn't really see a lot of stuff about, like, the women things, and then I started seeing it more. It's like, you know, we all have a few bad takes. You know, we all have a hot take, a really bad take. And, you know, since I only saw the majority of those good ones, I'm like, okay, this is just the majority of what he does, and, like, he has a few outliers here and there. I had that all the way backwards. I had that so far backwards. Clifford Tate putting on a bald cap and telling him things. It's so bad, bro. It's so bad. And honestly, I believe you can make an argument that most of Aiden's fans are only being fans of Andrew because Aiden's such a fan of Andrew.
Motivation or whatever, with blatant sexism and inaccurate stereotypes about an entire group of people. He may try to sell the idea that he's a positive role model, but the information he's feeding kids will always be through the lens of a self-admitted human trafficker. Aiden isn't just using Tate's motivational words to get into human trafficker. Aiden isn't just
Aiden has to be the one streaming. No. Is he watching Andrew Tate stream on his TV while talking to Andrew Tate on that same stream? Now that's a whole new level of dick eating. Because at first I thought it was... Oh wait, no, it might be Aiden's. No, it might be Aiden's. Because I was like, the watermark down here isn't on, like, here, but it must be, like, mirrored.
Just using Tate's motivational words to get into shape. He's pushing his infatuation with this man to the absolute limit, humanizing him in a way that coaxes otherwise uneducated children into digesting a skewed outlook on women and masculinity. Aiden refuses to recognize the obvious pitfalls of Andrew Tate, stupidly making him out to be some chill guy who occasionally says something out of pocket as a joke. But this approach only perpetuates the very hatred Aiden pretends to stand against. And as of now, he's either too dense or willfully ignorant to see it.
Aiden Ross, this is what you've done to your fans. Say hi, Aiden Ross.
Let's go, Bottom.
Say hi, Aiden Ross.
Hi, Aiden Ross. W, mans. I support Aiden.
But who cares about that? He likes me, bro. He likes me. The validation...
Y'all niggas actually do that, bro? No. Y'all actually do that? That's embarrassing. I'm sorry for that kid, bro. Because, like, and not even 3 years, he's gonna look back at that video and be like, ugh, what the fuck?
This guy desperately craves is sad. His incessant need for attention bleeds into his ideology and clouds his moral compass to the point where I can no longer tell what he believes. 1 minute he's saying he isn't political, the next he's excitedly throwing support behind Donald Trump. 1 second he's preaching against hate, the next he's platforming neo-Nazis. It became pretty evident during this stream in particular with Destiny that Aiden Ross has absolutely no goddamn clue what he's talking about with politics.
You know damn well Trump is better than Biden, bro. He did amazing. I'll explain it. He pardoned A$AP Rocky. He pardoned Kodak.
I remember seeing the stream, or not the stream, but I remember seeing the video, like the video made from it. But Aiden basically goes, he's like, Trump is better than Biden because he pardoned rappers. He's funnier. and Biden can't remember anything. It's like he gets all his, like, I'm not even a political person. I know nothing about politics. I know nothing. If I ever say anything about politics, it's either a joke or I'm talking about something that I only heard someone else say, like I am right now. He has to get all of his information from Instagram memes, because everything he said was things that I only knew from Instagram memes. Nothing else. I didn't hear him say anything else besides, like, just surface level shit.
He did a lot of cool, fun shit, bro. He did so much cool, fun shit. He made like the world like just fun and entertaining, you know. But like Biden's not entertaining. Biden has the shit, raise the inflation, and he like barely can formulate a sentence.
Okay.
Employment rate was at an all-time high when Donnie was in office.
I mean, employment rates have been pretty crazy for the past like year in the United States now too, right?
Like, if I want to be like as good faith as possible and actually believe, like, if I want to be as like, if I want to give him the most benefit of doubt as possible, Adin Ross is a naive person that was taken, like, just not even, I won't even say manipulate, because Andrew Tate probably didn't have to do that much. He was just very, love struck is a strong word too. He was just very involved with Andrew Tate to a point where he just couldn't see past anything else. But then I feel like he's just, he played a character at first. I will be willing to believe that he played a character at first, because when he talked to LeBron James, that was a normal person reaction. And I feel like he had that character on for too long, and he just, that character, like, okay, when he first started making a character, he exacerbated all of his personal traits, and then he became that character, and then he started exacerbating those traits. So he's now doubling a character that he used to pretend to be. So he basically lost in the sauce for anyone that don't speak cool like I do.
No.
Do you even know what like the unemployment rate is, or what it should be?
No, I don't. But I know that, like, based off of my information that I've heard and seen, that yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how to argue with based on information you feel like you've heard and you've seen.
Yet, he's remained persistent in regurgitating culture war nonsense because it stirs the exact kind of negative attention he thrives off. And the grand irony is that it works. I mean, I'm here talking about it right now. Over 70 million impressions on a single tweet is a mind-blowing metric. Even he admits it.
Bro, can I tell you guys how crazy that is? There were 73 million views on this tweet. Like, bro, like that is really fucking crazy.
But he's not saying any of this stuff because of an underlying ideology he cares about.
3 reasons why Trump is better than Biden. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know if you're actually talking and you're not just a bot repeating
First of all, what happened with abortion is ridiculous. You should not be able to tell women what...
Fucking Carson, that's what should I be doing on Discord, looking at the camera. But I have a lot of respect for your rage, bro. I got a lot, because I remember when that whole Young Don, like, I'm Dante and Your Rage, like, that stuff was out. Like, Your Rage was actually, like, pretty level-headed and actually a lot more, he took a lot smarter take on everything, and he actually was trying to understand each side and not just argue to get his point across.
What to do with her body, that's first of all. That's a woman's body.
You think you're so brain dead. You're so brain dead. Wait, you think Biden was the one that wanted abortion to be... That's what you think? That's how that works,
bro. He's a president. He can, you know what I'm saying? He can not ban it. What do you mean?
Alright, bro.
As it's hard to tell whether or not he holds any strong political convictions one way or the other. The problem is that he's involving himself in a world he just doesn't understand. Such reactionary talking points have been around for years, but only sound edgy to Adin because of his criminally shallow understanding of politics. He seems to think that regurgitating something you'd hear out of your 80-year-old senile grandfather is somehow epic and based, when all he's doing is reinforcing the narrow, outdated framework that Western society is quite literally built upon. It's not new wave or edgy to say something that people have been saying since the dawn of time. Being on the opposite side of progress is the least edgy thing you can do. It's just annoying, honestly.
So all you guys that get to pick your pronouns, my pronouns is /them. I'm gonna call you either a guy or a girl.
I don't know if you've ever met a non-binary person, but they do exist, so maybe get with the fucking times, I don't know. He's in way too over his head. And it doesn't just stop and end with a tweet about there being two genders, when he had repeatedly involved himself with self-described white nationalist Nick Fuentes, a simp for fascism who's advocated for a white ethno-state in between his efforts to assist Kanye West's 2024 campaign for president, which I know is kind of a loaded sentence, but as Adin inched closer answered to an interview with Kanye around the time he was making headlines for his anti-Semitic comments, Adin called off the stream after an argument between the two on a private phone call devolved into Kanye telling Adin, quote, "You Jews aren't going to tell me
what I can and can't say," and yeah, and
no way,
yeah, and you know, you Jews aren't, and you know what I can and can't say, and you know, like, we cool, and I was like, yeah, we cool, like, you know what I mean, like, just he's like, I don't want you to be my enemy, and then yeah, that was it, and then I was like, all right, and he was like, love, brother, I haven't heard from him since, and you know,
like, I get what he's saying, like, you don't want to make an enemy out of someone that's not necessary, but like, if you get disrespected like that, that ain't your friend either, you know what I mean? Like, that's not an ally. You know, you don't have a friend or an enemy, but like, they too close to be a stranger. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like that's, I guess that's to say, like, where his boundaries are in terms of, that's really crazy because he let that slide, but anyone say anything about Andrew Tate, he kind of goes off. It's kind of wild.
You know, we haven't talked since. So people think I got silenced from Twitch. People think I got silenced from, you know, the higher ups. No, that was the reason why.
Seeing Adin display somewhat of a backbone here would have been more refreshing and admirable if he hadn't continued to bring Nick Fuentes on stream to discuss pressing matters like,
what do you mean Jews are doing the work of Satan? What does that even mean? Can you please, you know, elaborate?
A lot of hate crimes are hoaxes.
Who the fuck said facts? Who the L script? That's kind of funny, bro. Who said facts in chat, bro? That's.
You remember when Ye put the swastika
W
on Twitter?
Nick, y'all.
The message was about reconciliation. If you could reconcile Jews and Nazis, you could bring the whole world together. So his whole idea was about.
But a lot of what Nick.
I did see a stream with, I think it was Adin and two other people. Who was it? I think it was Sneeko, Adin, and a third person. I can't remember who it was, but they were debating something, and it seems like Adin has built like a. I don't know if he's gonna get into this. Like, I don't know if he's seen it. I'm assuming he's seen it because this was a day ago, but like he seemed like he had a little more of a backbone when it came to like all the Jewish stuff that Sneeko was saying. You know what I mean? And like all like the racist, you know. And it actually seemed like he actually like argued with Sneeko. Like, not in a way to where like I don't believe they're no longer friends, but in a way where he actually like pushed back against what he was saying. Which, you know, doesn't change what he's done or said, but it's in a good direction.
His spewed in front of Adin's audience goes without being challenged, as by the end of this stream, Adin is still asking if there's anything he can do to help with Kanye's campaign.
If you and Ye, you know, I know you guys are still thinking about running for the 24. If you guys want me a part of the team, man, I'll join.
I think he's totally open to that.
Like, what happened to not spreading hate, man? Where did that go?
I can't allow any type of hate on my platform. At the end of the day, man, I don't want to. It's just spreading hate. It's all about spreading love now, man. I want to spread love and make sure everyone's, you know, straight.
Adin also at one.
Maybe it's the fact that Aiden's just such a hardcore people pleaser. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's just trying too hard to be on everyone's good side. That he's truly like blocking himself in. To where he can. That's a crazy face we paused on. That's definitely gonna be a thumbnail. Let me just screenshot that. But I think that he's just trying too hard to be on everyone's good side. Because I see him argue with so many people that had just crazy takes, and he was like, "Okay, yo, but it's still love. We're still cool. You know, I got nothing but love for you." It's just like, I get the sentiment, but sometimes you gotta understand that you can't associate with everybody. Not everyone you can associate with. Because not everyone is going to be good for you, either from like a business standpoint or even just from a human standpoint.
Point tries to convince Fuentes to accept other religions, which will never happen considering he is not pro-freedom of expression. In fact, he vows to suppress the voices of his enemies. See, just like he was to Tate, Adin Ross is nothing but a megaphone for someone like Nick Fuentes to shout his dangerous views into. As opposed to staying relegated to the darkest cesspits of the internet, Adin has made sure Fuentes gets as much attention as he can on his own stream in front of tens, if not hundreds of thousands of teens who are just a couple Google searches away from falling deep into a rabbit hole of poisonous ideology and unabashed lies. But none of this was going on at Twitch. No, this match made in hell could only have been made possible by Kick. See, Adin had received his 8th and final ban from the platform on February 25th, 2023, shortly after making the move to a brand new Twitch alternative named Kick just a few weeks prior. Kick was pretty attractive.
Didn't he get banned this last time because he I think he was streaming on Kick and Twitch at the same time, and he had his Kick chat on stream. And like on Kick, there's no like real censorship or really need to censor anything. So there was like just saying a bunch of slurs, and he basically got kicked for not moderating chat. At least I believe that's the reason why he got his last ban. Yeah, it's one thing to like attempt to moderate and people just find a way around, and they're still doing it, like switching letters, switching symbols. But it's one thing not to even try to moderate. That's a whole other thing. You're basically enabling people to say slurs, which is kind of wild.
To Adin for a few reasons. The main, of course, being a much more relaxed TOS. Yeah, nudity, gambling, blatant racism. Adin would be given not just free reign to speak his mind and be as obnoxiously offensive as he'd ever been, he was offered the biggest streaming deal of all time. Kick is funded by the massive gambling company Stake, which has endless pools of money to shill out to their creators, evidently. Kick also famously gives their streamers 95% of their ad revenue, as opposed to the admittedly awful 50-50 revenue split you could get over on Twitch. When you couple all of that together, there really was no reason in Adin's mind to stay over there. So he made an announcement and brought 266,000 people over to what I can only describe as the Twitch equivalent to 4chan. But being given such intense freedom out of nowhere meant he was going to test the boundaries of what he could and couldn't get away with. And that meant crossing some lines that have now shaped his entire reputation.
You seen Adin on Kick? Yeah, him and Train streamed the entire Super Bowl on Kick. Did Kick have like a license for it? First stream on Kick, by the way.
I heard that Adin was watching porn with his fans, and that's weird. That's so weird, bro. Because when we really think about how like young his audience is, that's like he's basically watching porn with a bunch of minors, and that's so gross, bro.
Way to 67,000 viewers.
If you thought Adin couldn't possibly get any dumber than breaking copyright law to stream the Super Bowl in its entirety on Kick, think again, because one of the biggest scandals he's had since joining the site involves the time he streamed the front page of Pornhub to an audience of God knows how many minors.
What do y'all want to watch on Pornhub, bro? What do y'all want to watch, bro? I don't support porn. Like I don't support this.
But you're
watching. I want to
watching.
watch on here, bro. I don't support this. I don't condone it. I don't support it.
Come here real quick. There's no f***ing way.
What?
You're just having this on stream.
Is that bad?
What?
Chat, do y'all still beat your meat, yes or no? Wait, how old are you guys in the chat, bro?
11, 12.
Jesus. I didn't know that.
It doesn't even make sense why he would do this. After being so critical of hot tub streamers.
I think hot tub streaming should be banned from Twitch. It's soft porn. It's in the same category as gambling, right? Because it's promoting poison, you know what I'm saying, in the brain. It's just a fact, in my opinion.
Listen, I don't think hot tub streams should be on Twitch, or at least as prominent, only because of the way Twitch has been dealing with their whole censorship thing. But like, it's nothing like gambling. I think that it could be bad because I feel like there's gonna be a big amount of hot tub streamers. I don't think it's nothing I care about enough to really go off about. It's people in bikinis at a hot tub. If that's how they get their money, that's how they get their money. If that's how they do it, that's how they do it. I just don't like from the perspective that Twitch is allowing it, but then banning, I think, didn't they say Kai Cenat got banned because he was making like I guess sexual noises on GTA? And it's like, no, you guys will never get me in a hot. Well, I might do a hot tub stream one day, maybe. I turned around to the idea really fast. That was very fast to me. I don't know about the bikini part. I don't know if I will be wearing a bikini. That doesn't seem like my thing, but.
Softening off women's cleavage over on his main channel while decrying how much he hates porn.
Wait, is that his sister?
No. Feel it.
But at least Adin sobered up and apologized for the hypocrisy after the fact, only to start paying people to do sadistic things to themselves and family members on camera in front of tens of thousands and a panel of Adin and his friends, which included the creator by the name of Neon, who among such awesome moments like being outwardly racist to a group of black kids on Omegle, once faked his own death and lied about having brain cancer for attention, in case you wanted to know the kind of crowd Adin associates with these days.
Listen, you're gonna take that bat and say, wake up! And go smack, 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 okay?
What did you say? Spit on her, bro. Get.
Go back in the room.
Katie, stop.
In one stream, Adin pays a viewer to splash what looks like some strange yellowish liquid on their sleeping sister before hitting the wall with a baseball bat to wake her up. In another, Adin can be seen paying a viewer $25,000 to shave his head bald and pepper spray his eyes, while another dare got one of his fans fired from their job. Another fan was dared to steal and smash the phone of his sister on camera, but was paid less since he didn't show enough dedication.
I'm gonna still give you 5, and just all you have to do is just get her a new phone out of that and get her a new TV, and then you get to keep the rest.
One guy was asked by Adin to pee on his brother, and when he learned his brother was a Hassan fan, he offered a $20K payout to slit his throat. In Minecraft, of course.
What? He doesn't know what, like, live streaming is?
Yeah. No, he knows what that is, but he doesn't know who you are. He watches fucking Lasan.
Oh my god, this is even more pissed.
Look at his attachment, Toby's now.
I know. Yes! No, listen, he's a zombie? Bro, if you slit his throat, I think I'll give you 20K.
Bro,
I'm kidding. Yeah.
Instead, the fans settled on pee.
I don't like this nigga down here, bro. I don't even know nothing about him, but like, he just looks like he's annoying. He just gives me the vibes that he's annoying, bro. Just the way he just enables everything. He's definitely a spectator in life. But that's so weird, bro. Like, wanting him to piss on his it's his younger brother, right? Wanting him to piss on his younger brother is crazy. It's fucking ridiculous. And I feel like the reason why he still has a platform, even slightly, is because his audience is so young that they're enabling him as well. They're just like this guy. I would believe this guy is Adin's, like, he is his Adin. He's Adin's Adin, and Adin's his Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? I feel like he's definitely like, oh my god, Andrew Tate. Yeah, slit his throat, kill him. You know, like, he's like really into it. Like, look at him. It's going goblin mode.
In a cup, but failed to get his brother to come to the camera, not going through with it, so he didn't get the money. See, you'd think someone of Adin's financial aptitude, who will never have to work another day in his life, could stick to just giving away money for free without the unhinged need to make people smear bodily fluids on each other for his own personal entertainment. Remember to always spread positivity, right guys? Peace and love, and dog feces. But Adin sure has made it difficult for people to talk about his content at all lately. What with him issuing false copyright claims against a slew of YouTubers who just used clips from his streams and provided commentary under the protection of fair use. If attempting to steal a life-changing payout of over $8,000 to one creator by the name of Internet Anarchist wasn't bad enough, here he is laughing about it on stream.
W. Chat, by the way, this is Hassan's head moderator, chat. Put a W in the chat. We stole $8,000 from him. W. He needed that. Yes! Yes! W, yes! Yes?
Yeah, same guy who streamed the Super Bowl to 100,000 people, by the way. Also, not sure why he thinks this is Hassan Piker's head moderator. You really think this guy has a head moderator?
Eat her ass! Eat her ass! Poggies!
But Adin's too busy.
I don't watch his song, but that shit's kind of funny, bro. That shit's kind of funny.
Working like a seal at the idea of robbing one of his enemies of a very decent payday to care. His dedicated fans will be there.
Like, it's not like robbing his enemies, it's robbing like an associate of his enemies. Tiff, welcome to the big dogs, thank you. But it's like he's robbing someone that just associates with his enemy. That's not even like a proper lick. That's not even a proper get back. That's like an association get back. I remember I seen, like, I don't watch Hassan either, or like I don't watch any of the people in this video really. But I remember I was watching another video about what happened, and it's like, I remember Hassan made a whole big deal about how, you know, he's gonna take him to court because it's really his video or like whatever, but like he didn't record it, so it didn't really matter. It's just all so weird, bro. It's just so weird. It's odd. I hope the Internet Anarchist gets his money.
To support him, even if he is taking advantage of YouTube's broken copyright system and issuing illegal DMCA takedowns of those who barely even criticize him. The video by Internet Anarchist that Adin was so excited to claim contains clips of his streams, but also includes abundant analysis that undoubtedly falls under the 4 pillars of fair use. Plus, Adin hasn't been the most subtle at hiding his intent.
Listen, new editor.
I'm not gonna lie, if I don't fuck with them, do it. If I fuck with the YouTubers you're doing it to, don't do it. Like, this guy's an actual dick sucker, bro, so he deserves to get copyrighted. He's a dick sucker.
He knows it's wrong, and he doesn't care. This guy's encouraging...
That's so ironic that he's calling someone else a dick sucker. Because I swear, where is it? Like, possibly... At the most, we know... Oh, no. Okay. So we know for up to 33 minutes, we've seen him consuming penis.
His editor to abuse the copyright system if it's a person he doesn't like because they hurt his feelings. If that isn't the weakest, soyest shit you've ever seen, I don't know what is. It's also very funny timing that Adin dropped the claim on one video hours after this post began making the rounds on Twitter. A tweet from the Act Man almost hinting at some kind of litigation in the class action variety, I wonder. Who am I to speculate, right? Now, while I am hopeful Adin comes around on this and releases all the other claims, it doesn't mean he will. But at this point, enough people have been affected that I wouldn't completely discount the idea that it does go to court, if in which he may need to take on a couple more gambling sponsors to cover all those legal fees.
If I painted my nails, did my makeup, and basically never told you guys to get in the gym and do push-ups, and I had blue hair, I would be on Twitch right now. Facts or cap, be honest. It's facts. If I basically had a different approach, and I wasn't looking as a threat, and I wasn't so controversial.
Controversial, yeah.
Alright, really? You gotta correct me? Really, dude?
Adin.
Okay, he's only right because I have blue hair. That's not fair. That's not fair at all, and I'm very outraged. I'm going to Twitter right now. He will hear my voice. But no, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's wild. Because isn't Kai Cenat still on Twitch? Kai Cenat and like all the people that he still like associate with, aren't they still on Twitch? Like, isn't that kind of weird? Because if his whole approach was like, I don't want to make enemies out of like people I don't need to, Kai Cenat's like, I don't know if they're still friends or not. I'm assuming they are because I don't know. I have no clue what's going on. But if they aren't, if they are friends, why would he like kind of call out all Twitch streamers where he has friends from Twitch? It's odd. It's an odd thing to do, man.
Loves to play up his stupidity, but it's important not to downplay the damage he inflicts regardless of his ignorance. From stealing money from people he doesn't like, to drooling over a bald human trafficker, hosting racist and sadistic torture streams, and joking about killing trans and non-binary people, Adin's kinda done it all.
Bro, I'm telling you guys, bro, this past month has been a really bad month for me, bro. My mental's been super fucked. Super fucked, bro. The controversial era is over with, bro. It's done. I'm done with the controversial era, bro. It's done.
And while he insists his controversial days are all behind him, I have a hard time taking his word at face value, considering this was all before he abused the copyright system and laughed about robbing someone. He hasn't really proven to be the most reliable, trustworthy guy over the years, I'm sorry to say.
I can't allow any type of hate on my platform. It's all about spreading love now, man. I want to spread love.
If his goal is to build a community on love and acceptance, he's done a pretty shit job at it so far. Sadism, torture, and intolerance have plagued his streams since the day he met his role model. And I think if he ever does want to change, he'll need to do some serious reevaluating. His platform is just too massive for him to continue being this ignorant and irresponsible with it. Introducing countless young fans to dangerous ideals does way more damage than I think Adin realizes. He needs to genuinely grow up and move on from this corrosive phase of his life before things manage to get even worse. Otherwise, I'm afraid the prospect of Adin Ross becoming just another Sneeko could be cemented as his permanent legacy.
How old is Adin Ross? He's 22 years old. He can be saved, I think. I think he can be saved. Your brain stops maturing at 25, or developing at 25, so he has 3 years to really get out of it. He's 23. Is this just old news? Wait, no. Oh yeah, he is 23, because it's 2023. Okay. No, that's crazy, man. Is that the end of the video?
That and watching his own sister's OnlyFans.
I'm so glad I
$1. Hey Aiden, I need your advice. My sister catfished me and I jacked off to her nudes. I feel terrible. What should I do?
That's honestly happened probably to all of us. All you gotta do is just...
You've jerked off to your sister's nudes?
Hold on, 1 second, yes. Just realize that...
Keep on, keep running.
That's rough, bro. That's fucking rough. That's rough. He's just like me. You don't even have a sister. Whose sister did... I feel like Aiden's getting a lot of passing grace by a lot of people because a lot of people just believe he's just that stupid. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like a pity. It's like people were just like... Because, say what you want. If Logan Paul did exactly what Aiden did and, like, they started off at the same point of controversy, he would be in way worse straits than Aiden was. Because Logan Paul, say what you want about his dumb actions, I don't think he's dumb mentally. I don't know about Aiden. I can't say the same about Aiden. He has done a lot of dumb things and had a lot of dumb reasonings to do it. It's one thing to say I did this because I wanted selfish like gain, because at least then that's like it's not smart to do, but it's like it makes sense. You know, it makes sense. It's like logical. But to do something and say something based off of unlogical, like illogical things is kind of like, you know, it's gross.